Do you want to see how these colors ended up on my eyes just randomly? Keep on watching. Hi everyone! Today we're going to be doing another palette bingo, and palette of the day is going to be the Zodiac palette by DHC Cosmetics. It looks like this. This is one of the more fun palettes that I have. I was so impressed when I got this palette. It is super inexpensive. I think I paid $15 for it. The shadows are really pigmented. The shimmers are great. I'm going to be showing you all in a second. I've already chose the colors that I'm going to do, and I'll be inserting them right here. So here's how I'm going to be doing the counting. This shade here is going to be number 1, then we're going to be counting all the way around, and then we're going back here to 13, and then this way around. Here are the swatches that we're working with. So that will be our color scheme in this palette bingo, and I think we're just going to jump right into it. So knowing that this palette has an extremely dusty formula, I will pack some powder under my eyes just to hopefully catch anything that might fall down on the cheek so I can dust it away afterwards. And I do have a look in mind for this video. I kind of sat down and thought it through, and it might not be what you're all expecting, but I hope it's going to turn out okay. And if it seems like my lids are a little blue, it's because they're actually kind of stained from the colors that I used yesterday. But that's okay because they looked bomb, so I'll deal with that. Okay, so for the first color, I think I'm actually going to be going in with that dark shade that we have right here. And I think I'm going to be using this as my transition shade. So I'm going to be building this up extremely slowly because I don't want it to look black. And I want it to kind of soften out on the edges. So as you can see, this shade is extremely pigmented. And so this could easily end up being a very, very dark look. But I don't really mind that. And just looking at this now, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to cut my crease to put the shimmers on top. Do you see how easily that blended? Like, these colors are really, really amazing. I will link this palette below. BH runs a lot of sales, so I would recommend waiting for the sales if you plan on maybe picking this palette up. But even if you don't and you want it like right now, you could probably get it for like $18. So funny story about this video, I was actually going to let my cat pick out the colors for this challenge, and how I did that was I wrote down pieces of paper with like all the numbers from 1 to 25 on them, and I put them in a bowl, and I tried to throw all the pieces of paper on the floor for him to catch them, and he was just not interested. I think I spent like 10 minutes trying to get him to pick out one piece of paper, and he just was not having it. He was in a very comfy mood today, so that's gonna have to wait for a different time, and I need to find a different way to do that, I guess. But so yeah, he was not very helpful, which is why I had to do this myself. So I know when a lot of other people do palette bingos, they allow themselves to pick out different colors that they don't choose in the first place so that they can have a transition color and whatever else they feel like they might need to complete the look. But for me, when I do this, and I will continue to do it this way, I'm gonna randomly just choose 5 colors, and those 5 colors are the ones that I'm going to be using. It doesn't matter if it's 5 shimmers, if it's 5 mattes. If that's what I get, that's what I get. So I feel like it's more challenging that way. So now that we have our transition done, I'm going to go in and just deepen up the outer corners a little bit before we start going in with the shimmer shades. So next what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually go in with that reddish shimmer that we got, and I'm going to be focusing that like on the outer end of my lid, and then on the inner part of my lid, I'm going to pop the blue. And then I'm going to do the light shade in my inner corner and the purple on the bottom lash line. So I am going to spray my brush when I'm working with the shimmers because I find that they just apply much easier and they're more pigmented with less fallout. So let's go ahead and pop this on the lid. And I actually decided against cutting my crease because I don't want this look to be exactly like the one I did in my previous video. I don't want them all to be like half cut creases with one color in my crease. I kind of wanted to, you know, do it a little differently this time. So I'm stopping about halfway on my lid. As you can see, the pigmentation of these shades is absolutely amazing. It's kind of messy, like I have stuff all over my face, I'm not sure you can see it, but there's a lot of fallout, which I know some people really don't like that in their palettes. Personally, I don't really mind because if it means that the pigmentation is going to be absolutely fantastic, then that's kind of a sacrifice that I'm willing to make, and I will just deal with the cleanup after when I have to. So now that I got this shade on, I'm going to pop that blue on the inner part of my lid using the same technique. So I'm going to go back in again with that dark transition shade that we used and just pop that again on the outer corner to just blend everything in together. I'm also going to run this with a little brush just over my crease to get a little more definition. This is not something that I would normally ever do. I would not do these colors together. I'm still not really sure how I feel about it. I don't hate it. We'll see what happens when I put the purple down. I'm not really sure how that's going to go with the rest of the look. But yeah, let's just try it. First, I'm going to try to get all this fallout off of my face. So I'm glad I put down some powder, but I'm actually going to take some extra powder on a fluffy brush just to kind of help catch any of that pigment that might want to stick to my face, just to make sure it's loose. I'm probably going to have to go in again with my highlight because I basically wiped it all off, but that's a pretty easy fix. So now we're going to go in on the lower lash line with that purple color and just smudge it out. I'm going to be connecting it on the outer corner together with that dark shade. And if this pigment does not convince you to buy this palette, I don't know what will, because this palette really is amazing. And I'm going to be taking this color up just a little bit into my outer crease, just to blend the colors together. I'm going to go in with just a fluffy clean brush and kind of buff out the edges down here. I'm going to be doing the same thing up top. I'm actually just going to go in with my finger and try to blend these two colors in a little bit more, because I feel like it's very tough to get a good blend, because when these two colors meet, they kind of make a brown, and so getting a good gradient without it looking muddy, it's pretty hard, because it's not going to help to go in with more product. I think I'm just going to leave it at that. So it's kind of a grungy, darker look. Not sure how I feel about it, but we're going to go in and pop a little bit of shimmer in that inner corner and see if maybe that helps the situation. Alright, that's done. I'm going to pop on some liner and mascara. For my lower lash line, since I'm crazy, I'm going to go in with this blue liner from Urban Decay, because I feel like it matches the shade on top of my lip pretty exact. I feel like like this actually made a really big difference. I like this look a lot better now. I feel like it's more cohesive with a blue on the liner and a blue on the lid. And I don't hate it. The only thing I don't like about it is that coppery shade up there. I just don't really think it goes with the rest of the look. If that shade was like a dark purple, it would be amazing. But this will do for now. I mean, after all, it was a palette bingo, so what do you really expect? I'm gonna pop on some mascara and I'll be right back. Okay, so for lips today, I think I'm gonna be kind of crazy and I'm gonna go in with this Dior Rouge metallic lipstick. I'm not sure how this is going to look, but I feel like it might tie in with like the metallicness that we have on the eyes. So I'm gonna quickly just pop this on and see if I like it. If not, we can always, wow, look at that. What do we think? I kind of like that. I know a lot of people don't like metallic lips, but I'm all for it. So here's the final product. What do we think? Looking at myself in the mirror, I like it. I think it's different. It's kind of cool. I really dig this lipstick. I know a lot of people probably won't, but that's okay because there's a lot of things that people might not like about me and I don't really give a shit. So that was it for today's palette bingo. I would love to know what you would have done with the colors that I chose. Please leave that down in the comments. And if you have never done a palette bingo before, trust me, you do not need a YouTube channel to do that. Like, this is so fun and it's such a good way to experiment with colors and like try new things that you normally wouldn't have done. Remember, it's just makeup. You can just wash it off if it doesn't turn out the way you wanted it to. So that was it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in my next one. Bye.